Hey everyone, unboxing today. Irony of wearing an Xbox Series X t-shirt for this unboxing. Anyways, um, so if you saw the tweet I posted back on December 23rd, you know that I did a thing. It is still December 23rd today as I'm recording this. It was the first chance I've gotten to do this. The day's almost over. There was just going to be nowhere to put this anyway, so I've been cleaning a spot on my entertainment unit all afternoon and evening, trying to straighten up or reorganize. Wow, words, eh? Tough stuff. Anyways, so if you didn't see the tweet, I came home with one of these. Obviously, like most people, I've wanted one for a while. Obviously, it's no secret I prefer Xbox. But I still wanted one. I've got quite a few games that I own digitally, even for PS5, but still didn't have a PS5 to play them on. But now I do. I went with the digital, A, because it's cheaper, and B, because I don't own any physical discs for PlayStation anyways. I don't really own any physical discs for Xbox either, to be honest, other than Cyberpunk. So, oh, and Lego Dimensions still. So I don't really need a disc drive, so I didn't bother with a disc drive. It didn't make sense. But we are going to open this up and love it to pieces. Funny insight, so a little bit of insight. So because we sell these where I work, of course, I've had many opportunities to grab one in the past, but of course I never took those opportunities because I couldn't justify spending the money at the time. It just didn't make sense, obviously, financially, and you know, especially since everything had come out on PS4 and or Xbox anyways, right? So I didn't need a PS4. Other than Returnal and Ratchet and Clank and Deathloop, which ironically I own all three of them digitally, there was nothing that I needed a PS4 for, or PS5 for, sorry. I still had my PS4 Pro. That was good enough. One of my former employees who left, it's been a while, probably in the summer he left. Anyways, every time we were working together and PS5s came in, I'd always go, should I buy a PS5 today? And he'd go, no. And he goes, and he'd cite all the same reasons I just mentioned. You don't need one. You don't play PlayStation that much. You prefer Xbox. He's a PlayStation guy though, of course. And he's like, if you were more of a PlayStation guy, I'd see it, but you know, you've got your Xbox already. You don't need one. So anyways, so prior to this though, we hadn't seen any digital consoles in quite some time, and it was beginning to look like we weren't going to see any more before Christmas. I thought about getting a disc one anyways, but it was like, again, can't justify the money. A couple of weeks ago, we started taking old iPhones in for trade again, and the trade values are pretty good, all things considered. And I still had an iPhone 8 kicking around, which is the oldest model we actually still take, and I'd never gotten rid of it because, like, after I got my iPhone 11, because I couldn't be bothered trying to sell it privately, and you know, there just wasn't really, so it's just been sitting in a drawer. Perfectly good condition phone. So anyways, yeah, I decided I was going to trade it in. Might as well take advantage of the trade deals, but I had nothing specific in mind. So I took it into work today, and I actually had the thought in my head, okay, if we get digital PS5s today, only if we get digital PS5s today, then I'm gonna put the trade value towards that, because I'd done the math. The trade value was going to cover more than half the cost of the console. At that point, it's completely worth it, right? So I was like, but we're not going to get digital, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. Yeah, we got digitals today, so that's why I came home with one today. But what was funny is I'd already decided I was going to do it, but I messaged my old employee Steve anyways, and I said, so should I buy a digital PS5 today? And he's like, has anything changed since the last time? Like, meaning, you know, like, he goes, is there any games that you have to play right now? No. Is there any No. He goes, then my answer remains the same, no. And I said, well, what if it's going to cost me, and I told him how much it was going to actually cost me, all taxes in and everything. He's like, well, shit, son, that's a good deal. He always calls me son, even though I'm older than him. But anyways. So yeah. Anyways, enough of the story time. Let's get it open. Sony, and they're always with their double boxing, which I actually hate. It's also a pain in the butt because lots of times the bottom parts here rip apart. And we get a lot of customers get really upset about the bottom of the box being like that. Like, and I kind of get it. But yeah. So, as they say in the movie 7, what's in the box? I've never noticed this before, and I have had to open PS5 boxes at work before. From defective exchanges. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's actually instructions on how to unpack the box, because apparently, I guess people are dumb. But yeah, there's a box on top. Well, obviously you pull that box out first. The console's not going to go through this box. Alright, so in this small box that's on top, we have our quick startup guide manuals and our safety guide and our quick start guide. Right in the middle pocket here, we have our power cord. On this side here, where underneath the booklets, we have our stand. Okay. First time I've actually looked at the stand. I won't lie. This was not quite what I was expecting. Oh. It turns. Why does it turn? I might have to read instructions. And the HDMI cable's down underneath there as well. Come to the other side, the controller's sitting in this pocket right here. So there is our beautiful white DualSense controller. That's that. And is there anything hiding over here? Yes, our USB charge cable just hiding in the little pocket behind that. So we're going to shove that back in there. We're going to shove the little baggies. We're going to shove those back in there. Close that up. Here. Alright, and that just leaves the main attraction, which is the console itself. We're going to turn this sumbitch sideways. We're going to slide her out. Fully wrapped. And so there you go. So that's the bottom there. So when standing up, it would look like so. I will not be able to stand mine up, unfortunately. So we got a couple ports on the back here. All our familiar guys. So we got our power guy. We've got the HDMI, the Ethernet, and 2 USB ports. And then there's also a USB and a micro USB port on the front as well. So I know that if you're standing it vertically, I think that's, so this slides over and there's like a screw in here. And when you turned it, the hole lines up here as well. And so obviously it lines up with our lines somehow. Something like that, and then that would go in the screw hole, which is right there, which you gotta, I guess there's like a, yeah, you gotta pop that little piece out with the screw in. Now, allegedly, you can lay these consoles down flat too, which I'm gonna need to do because I don't have anywhere to stand this up. But I'm not sure how or where it goes on. And this is where we're going to have to unfortunately read instructions. Because it is not designed flat. Now, granted, I don't have a disk drive, so I don't have to worry really too much about it shaking around as much. But, all right. So here we go. So attaching the base. So you turn it to reveal the screw, just exactly what I said. Goes on the base. Make sure the hook position as illustrated below before attaching. You pop out the thing, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, pretty straightforward. For horizontal position, make sure the hooks are in this position. Okay, so it has to be that way. That doesn't look right though. Okay, there's, okay, so apparently on the bottom, so there's nothing to screw onto if you do it the other way. So, okay, so the hook part here is supposed to line up with the 2 squares. Oh, I see, and it pushes on, and that's apparently it. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, it does, okay, I get it now. So pop this off again real quick. The stand's curved. Probably can't see it too well, but the stand is actually curved to fit the shape when the grooves are basically parallel to the hooks, which also doesn't let you use the screw hole. And it sits on there and it stays in place, keeps everything flat and so forth to the curve. When you put it on the bottom, because you got to turn to reveal the screw anyways, and you line it up, it now matches the curve to cradle the bottom part of the system when standing it vertically, plus you get the hole to line up for the screw. I will admit that is some pretty ingenious engineering there on Sony's part. That is pretty cool. Alright, so let's put this back on, because again, unfortunately I can't stand mine vertically. And it's funny, I've never really wanted to stand a system vertically before. As we all know, previous generations of consoles could do it. PS3s, 360s, Xbox Ones, well, not so much Xbox Ones, the later models, the S and the X anyways. Not the original models so much. Obviously PS4s can all be stood vertically, but I've never had a desire to stand any of them vertically before. This is the first time I've ever wanted to stand my consoles vertically, both my Series X and now my PS5, and unfortunately I don't have enough space between in the entertainment unit. Even on the top shelf, which is actually where the PS5 and the Series X is going to be, there's not enough space between that shelf and where the TV is hanging above it. So yeah, like, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it's gonna have to be. So anyways, that's it for the unboxing portion of this video. So yeah, we're gonna hook this up now and make sure everything's up and running and working properly. Yay! And then we're gonna go from there. But that's it. PS5 digital. Boom. I don't know why I'm showing you the back of the console. I'll show you the front of the console. There we go. It is ready to be played, ready to be loved and enjoyed, and whatever else. Still haven't decided if I'm gonna hook the VR up to it or not. Most of the VR games I own apparently are not compatible with PS5 for whatever reason, i.e. Star Trek Bridge Crew, Eagle Flight. Now again, I know those could change. My VR hasn't been hooked up for a couple of years as it is, so PS4 Pro is not even going to be hooked up anymore. We're probably going to be getting rid of that because I don't have the space nor really the need to have both anymore. But anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching this unboxing video, and more video content coming your way soon. Thanks, guys.